Good day, friends, and welcome back to Conflicts of the Human Race. Today, I will tell you about the entire story of the Irish War of Independence, 1919-1921. Now buckle up as we begin. The roots of this epic struggle trace back to the Easter Rising of 1916, where Irish patriots seized key buildings in Dublin, proclaiming an Irish republic only to be brutally suppressed by British forces, executing 15 leaders, including Padraig Pearse and James Connolly. This martyrdom fueled a surge in nationalist sentiment. In the December 1918 general election, Sinn Féin, led by Eamon de Valera and Arthur Griffith, won 73 of 105 Irish seats, rejecting Westminster and convening the First Dáil Éireann on January 21, 1919, in Dublin's Mansion House. They ratified the democratic programme and proclaimed the Irish Republic, appointing a Ministry of Dáil Éireann with de Valera as president. Simultaneously, the Irish Volunteers, reorganised as the Irish Republican Army, IRA, under Cathal Brugha and later Richard Mulcahy, prepared for war. Michael Collins, the intelligence mastermind, emerged as a key figure from Beggars Bush Barracks. Britain, distracted by World War I's aftermath, underestimated the resolve. The stage was set for guerrilla warfare in Ireland's rugged landscapes of hedgerows, bogs, and stone walls. Volunteers smuggled arms like German rifles from the Rising and New Peter's Rifles. British Royal Irish Constabulary, RIC, in dark uniforms patrolled, unaware of the storm brewing. This declaration ignited the fire that would burn across Ireland for 2 years, challenging centuries of British rule with hit-and-run tactics and unyielding spirit. On January 21, 1919, the very day the Dáil met, the war erupted with the Soloheadbeg Ambush in Tipperary. IRA volunteers Dan Breen, Sean Treacy, Seamus Robinson, and others attacked a Royal Irish Constabulary escort transporting gelignite explosives for quarries near Soloheadbeg. 8 armed RIC men under Sergeant Michael Clancy guarded the cart on a rural road, flanked by ditches and stone walls. The IRA, in civilian clothes, suddenly emerged from hiding, rifles blazing. Shots rang out. Clancy and Constable MacDonnell were killed. The rest surrendered. The IRA seized 1,000 pounds of gelignite and detonators without losing a man. This was no mere robbery. It was the first blow of the Irish War of Independence, defying British law under the Defence of the Realm Act. News spread like wildfire, boosting IRA morale and recruitment. Breen later wrote it was the first engagement fought ... in the course of the Irish fight for freedom. Britain condemned it as murder, but for Ireland, it was the spark. Volunteers now trained rigorously, forming active service units. Collins in Dublin coordinated arms smuggling from America via Cork. The RIC barracks became isolated forts amid hostile populations. Rural Ireland, with its narrow lanes and peat bogs, favoured the guerrilla. This ambush set the template: surprise, superior local knowledge, escape into the terrain. Over the coming months, similar raids multiplied, eroding British control county by county. By mid-Minus 1919, the IRA evolved from scattered volunteers into a disciplined guerrilla force with flying columns. Mobile units of 20-50 men led by commanders like Liam Lynch and Ernie O'Malley. These columns lived off the land, striking barracks, cutting telegraphs, and ambushing patrols before vanishing. Training emphasized marksmanship, scouting, and the bicycle for mobility. In counties like Cork, Tipperary, and Limerick, no-go areas emerged where RIC dared not venture without convoys. Michael Collins, as Director of Intelligence, built a vast spy network in Dublin Castle, the British HQ, recruiting clerks and typists who fed him secrets. Arms flowed from the US via the German plot scandal ruse. Britain responded with curfews and raids, but boycotts of RIC, shunning them in pubs and shops, isolated the peelers. Volunteers took war loans from banks, commandeering funds for the Republic. De Valera toured America, raising millions. The IRA's oath to the Dáil legitimized their army. Skirmishes intensified. The Fermoy ambush, Limerick Soviet workers strike supporting IRA. By late 1919, 1,000 actions occurred, killing 41 policemen. The war was asymmetric. IRA avoided pitched battles, bleeding the enemy through attrition. Ireland's terrain, with its fields divided by hedges perfect for snipers, proved ideal. Volunteers wore civilian clothes blending with peasants, their Mauser and Martini rifles deadly at range. This reorganization turned rebels into revolutionaries, setting the stage for 1920s terror. In Dublin, Michael Collins masterminded the intelligence war, forming the Squad, a 12-man hit team of assassins targeting British spies and G-men detectives hunting IRA leaders. Nicknamed 12 Apostles, they included Mick Murphy, Tom Kay, and Paddy Darley. Operating from safe houses, they used revolvers and bicycles for lightning strikes. Collins' network, the Cairo Gang, infiltrated Dublin Castle, learning names and habits. On November 19, 1920, they'd strike decisively, but first, in 1919-20, they eliminated informers like Detective Daniel Hoey. Dublin's narrow streets and tenements hid them amid sympathizers. Collins juggled roles: Minister for Finance, IRA Director of Organization and Intelligence. His mantra: hit first, hit hard, get away clean. British Special Branch crumbled under fear. The Squad's ops funded by Collins' bank raids, like the £7,000 from Belfast. This urban guerrilla warfare complemented rural columns, paralyzing administration. Volunteers trained in cellars, forging documents. De Valera in US proclaimed Collins the man who won the war. Britain imported 1,000 ex-officers as RIC district inspectors, auxiliaries, but Collins' shadow loomed larger. The Squad embodied the personal, ruthless face of resistance, loyal men willing to kill for freedom. Their success forced Britain to rethink occupation, paving for Bloody Sunday. Britain escalated in 1920, proclaiming Ireland under DORA, authorizing drastic measures. Hammer Greenwood, Chief Secretary, flooded Ireland with 14,000 troops under General Neville Macready. The RIC, now 13,000 strong but demoralized, recruited black and tans. 95,000 unemployed WWI veterans from England, paid high but undisciplined, wearing khaki army tunics with dark RIC caps, earning the tans moniker from Boer War uniforms. They terrorized villages. RIC auxiliaries, Biggles, ex-officers in Glengarry caps and khaki, formed murder squads. Armored cars with machine guns patrolled. First tans arrived March 1920, garrisoning barracks. Reprisals began immediately, looting pubs, beating civilians. The RIC badge of harp and crown became hated symbol. IRA columns ambushed convoys, but tans responded with burnings. Martial law loomed over 20 counties. Lloyd George's cabinet split, Churchill pushing force. Tans' brutality, whipping suspects, executing hostages, alienated moderates, boosting IRA support to 100,000. Rural economy halted as creameries burned. This counterinsurgency fueled the fire, turning policemen into garrison troops hiding behind sandbags. Collins exploited intel on shipments. The tans embodied British frustration. Brave but barbaric, their Ford lorries roaring through lanes. Ireland faced total war, but IRA's local knowledge prevailed. Reprisals defined 1920 as tans rampaged. In September, after IRA shot RIC-DI in Westport, tans torched 50 houses there. Upper Church Thurles saw similar, but Balbriggan epitomized terror. September 20, after IRA killed D.I. Burke, 100 tans rampaged, burning 50 homes, shooting 5 including Timothy Bryan. Balbriggan furniture became slang for loot. Civilians fled burning thatched cottages, women and children in nightgowns. Tans used petrol and grenades. Press outrage grew, even British papers condemning. IRA retaliated with ambushes, but reprisals cowed some areas. In Limerick, martial law imposed after general strike. Auxiliaries, more elite, formed, flying columns too, but undisciplined. Collins' squad kept pressure in cities. By October, 400 police casualties. Economy crippled. Marts boycotted hunger marches. Volunteers mined roads, sniped from trees. Tan's reign created no-go zones wider. International eyes turned. US President Wilson urged settlement. De Valera met Lloyd George, but war intensified, setting stage for November's bloodbath. The Tan's savagery, while boosting IRA, caused immense suffering, fields unharvested, families homeless. Yet Irish spirit endured, songs like "Come Out Ye Black" and Tans mocking foes. This cycle of ambush reprisal defined the war's brutal symmetry. The war's ferocity peaked in November 1920 with ambushes showcasing IRA prowess. On November 28, Tom Barry's West Cork flying column of 36 ambushed Auxiliaries at Kilmichael Crossroads. Auxies in Crossley tender lorries halted at fake ambush scene. IRA hidden in ditches rose, firing shotguns and rifles. No surrender rule, Auxies feigned dead, killing 2 IRA. Barry's men bayoneted survivors, killing all 17 Auxies. IRA lost 3. This rout shattered Auxie morale, Barry becoming legend. Days earlier, Headford Junction, 100 IRA versus 40 RIC/Tans, killing 11 police. Rural columns thrived on landmines, grenades from US. British lorries bogged in mud. Barry's discipline, night marches, local support, key. Kilmichael's site, rocky hills and walls, perfect kill zone. News censored, but word spread. Lloyd George raged, mutiny. IRA now controlled countryside by day. Collins planned Dublin climax. These victories proved guerrilla tactics worked against empire. Volunteers, faces blackened, whispered commands in Gaelic. Survivors' tales fueled revenge, but IRA evaded sweeps. 1920 ended with momentum shifting to Irish side. Bloody Sunday, November 21, 1920, Dublin. Collins' masterpiece. Squad assassinated 14 British agents, the Cairo gang, at dawn. Teams bicycled to targets. LT Cole Bennett in Gloucester St, shot in bed, capped Bagley in Mount St. Perfect execution, no losses. British spies who killed 20 IRA gone. Hours later, Auxies and Scots Guards raided Croke Park Gaelic football match, 12,000 crowd. Without warning, machine guns fired into spectators, killing 14 civilians including Tipperary player Mick Egan, wounding 60. Innocent blood, cried headlines. Evening, bloody Sunday toll, 32 dead. World horrified, even King George. IRA proved surgical strike capability. Collins escaped, net closing on him. Dublin Castle in panic, martial law declared south. This twin blow, decapitation and reprisal, symbolized war, IRA precision versus British blunder. Fans in Sunday best crumpled amid turf. Squad melted into city. Momentum swung, recruitment soared. De Valera condemned from US, Britain cornered. Britain's response post-Bloody Sunday, martial law threatened, troops surged to 50,000. General Macready commanded, but political will wavered. Auxie murder gangs like Corbeen gang roamed, but discipline frayed. Cork Lord Mayor Maxwiney hunger-struck 74 days, dying October, galvanizing world. Burning of Cork, December 11. Auxies and Tans torch city centre after IRA shot Brig Murphy, 50 buildings gutted, £3 million damage, 2,000 homeless. Fire brigades hampered. Black December. IRA hit back, 40 ambushes that month. Intelligence war raged. Collins' man Ned Broy superintendent in Castle. Columns like North Tip under Ahern thrived. Economy in ruins, but unity grew. Tans mutinied over pay. International pressure mounted. Dominions protested. Lloyd George offered conference, rebuffed. War ground on, attrition favoring IRA. 1921 dawned bloodier. IRA flying columns peaked. Coolavochig February, Liam Lynch's 40 versus 120 RIC/Tans. Landmine flipped lorry, 13 dead. Clonfin March, Sean Mac Earin's 18 versus 20 Tans. Bogged lorry sniped. Petrol poured, 4 dead, 4 captured. Mac Earin, blacksmith of Ballinalley legend. Scramage, Kilmina successes. British roundups failed in bogs. Arms, Thompsons arrived via Mulcahy. Collins funded via £10,000 raids. De Valera back pushed partition fears. Martial law 21 counties, but executions backfired. Youth surged to IRA. 400 actions cone. British casualties 200. Terrain, Longford Lanes, Mayo Hills favored locals. Volunteers endured hunger blisters. British frustration, fighting ghosts. Shift to negotiations loomed. May 25, 1921. Custom House raid, Dublin, boldest IRA op. 120 volunteers in 5 teams torched Customs House, economic nerve center, destroying records. Disguised as civilians, they seized it at noon. But detectives ambushed, killing 5 IRA, including Oscar Traynor. Fire raged, £6,000 damage, symbolized economic sabotage. British recovered 80 rifles, boosted morale despite losses. Columns ravaged Midlands. British cabinet panicked. Churchill urged Ulster force. King appealed for peace. Secret talks began via intermediaries. IRA held sway outside cities. Collins micromanaged. Ops showed Dale's shadow government taxing, functioning, war unsustainable for both. Spring 1921 peak, North Cork flying column under Liam Lynch, Paddy O'Brien ravaged. Kilcommon April. 10 IRA versus 40 Tans, 5 dead. Carrick-on-Sur-Mine. British convoys decimated. Macready admitted control loss. 900 IRA actions, 300 police dead. Volunteers sainted locally. Women couriered ammo. Dale loans hit £400,000. Propaganda, White Cross aid. Exhaustion set in, both sides bled. Lloyd George blinked first. Collins' intelligence network triumphed. Double agents like Broy, moles in every department. Knew every troop move, troopship arrivals. Assassinations continued. Zahama Greenwood targeted. Squad evolved to hit Auxiliary patrols. Rural spies flashed lamp signals. This shadow war unnerved British more than battles. Collins predicted British will give up when we make governance impossible. By June, 400 spies uncovered. Net saved IRA leaders repeatedly. Mastery of info warfare decided conflict. June 1921. Truce talks brewed. De Valera met Lloyd George June 24, demanded recognition, rebuffed. But backchannels via O'Mara, Childers. IRA eased ops awaiting orders. British reinforced Ulster fearing handover. Hunger strikes Terence Maxwiney inspired. Public opinion turned. US, Australia pressured. Lloyd George. Offer they can't refuse. Collins reluctant, fearing sellout. GHQ debated. Truce imminent. July 11, 1921. Truce declared, effective July 14. IRA halted ambushes. British ceased reprisals. Lorry attacks stopped. Burnings ended. Volunteers emerged openly. Crowds cheered. But tension lingered. Sporadic shots. Macready withdrew troops strategically. Dale authorized London talks. Collins, Griffith delegation picked over de Valera's ire. Relief widespread, but war cost. 2,000 dead, Ireland scarred. Economy rebuilding begun. October 1921, treaty delegation sails to London. Collins, Griffith, Childers, Barton, McGillicuddy. Met Lloyd George daily at 10 Downing. Demands, Republic, full sovereignty. Britain offered Dominion status, oath, partition. Collins cabled Dale. Ulster Boundary Commission SOP. After 2 months haggling, December 5 signing, Irish Free State, 26 counties north opt out. Evacuation forts. Collins. Shadow of gunmen per Churchill. Treaty ratified January 1922. Dale by 64-57 amid uproar. De Valera opposed. External association. Collins provisional government formed. IRA split. Pro/anti. British troops left slowly, handing barracks. Free State Army raised. Partition. Stormont, NI June 1921. Violence simmered. Aftermath. Irish Free State born December 1922, but civil war erupted June 1922. Anti-treaty IRA versus Free State. Collins killed August 1922 ambush. Thousands dead. Constitution 1922. King head state till 1936. Partition endured. Independence won at cost. Legacy. Path to Republic 1949. The Irish War of Independence forged a nation through blood and cunning. From Soloheadbeg spark to treaty compromise, IRA's guerrilla genius under Collins humbled empire. 1,400 British dead, 750 IRA, 400 civilians. Tactics studied worldwide. Partition sowed division, civil war tragedy followed. Yet freedom's flame endured, leading to full sovereignty. Heroes like Barry Mac Erin remembered. Ireland rose. If you like today's story, make sure to check out our other videos on our channel. Have a nice day. The Irish War of Independence's legacy echoes. Modern Ireland owes guerrilla resolve. Collins' Intel Revolution, Flying Columns template for Vietnam, Algeria. Anglo-Irish relations transformed. Partition resolved 1998 Good Friday. War's scars, burned towns rebuilt, fuel remembrance. Annual commemorations honor fallen. From 1919 desperation to 1921 victory, proved small nation beats giant with will. Documents, songs preserve. Tourism sites, Kilmichael Monument. Students learn. Britain acknowledged atrocities. Triumph spirit. If you like today's story, make sure to check out our other videos on our channel. Have a nice day.